Hello, my name is Megan from my channel. Welcome back. So this video is probably gonna go up about a day late because it's currently Monday, July 4th, and this video is supposed to go up on Monday, July 4th. It'll either come up today or tomorrow, I guess. We'll see. If you have not read the title or you don't know what I'm doing a 15-use rolling project pan throughout the summer. So just, you know, I started it on Memorial Day and I'm finishing it on Labor Day. So it'll be about 3 months in, and I have roughly about, you know, between 8 and 10 products. Last time I had 9, I think this time I might have 8, that I'm just kind of rolling through. The goal is to get 15 uses on everything, and then I roll in my next batch. So it has been about a month, and I hit the use on my last 9 products exactly 15 times, concluding with today's makeup look. If you want to see, you know, my intro, I'll go ahead and link that up in the cards right here. Also, I'm missing one product. It's because I straight up decluttered it. If you want to see my declutter, also linked up in the cards right there. It's about an hour long. It's a long video for sure. But I was not planning on getting rid of too much makeup. It was supposed to be like a collection and declutter, and I got rid of about 40% of my makeup collection. So with that being said, if you want to check that out, bad boy's up there. So going in, I guess I might as well just start. I had the Elemis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer in this round. Yes, it is upside down, I'm well aware. It's just because I was having trouble getting it out. Not because it's anywhere near being empty. I don't know. I think it's just like the style of the bottle. It's kind of tough, but I'm about here-ish. Now, I don't know what I was beforehand. I really didn't bother to look, but that's about where I am now. So there is that. I also went ahead and I rolled in a foundation, which was interesting considering I don't wear foundation. Except I have been for at least the last 15 days. So this is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in the shade Cream. This is how we're looking now. I don't really know, like, I wasn't tracking progress. I was really just tracking uses. And I mean, I don't like cake my face up with this. I literally just do like a line, and like a line across my forehead and blend it out. So I really probably haven't used that much in the scheme of things, but 15 uses is 15 uses. I'm happy with that. But I have decided that I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. It's just not something I'm gonna reach for in the future. So yeah, actually a handful of these products are things that I'm decluttering, but I'll go ahead and talk about those as I hit them. So this one is going to be decluttered. I did use it 15 times. It still like works well. It's not expired by any means. I mean, probably expired, but like it's not expired, you know, like it still works totally fine, doesn't smell off, anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along to one of my friends. She said she wanted it. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light to Vanilla. This one's another interesting one because I like it, but like I'm kind of over it. I don't know, I feel like the color is not quite right for me most of the year. I can definitely make this work when it's like, you know, when I have a tan going, except it's July 4th and I don't have a tan going. Anyway, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, I found myself using this just because I had to use it, and then I would go over it with my Glossier concealer, which is like my all-time right now. So like, no point in me really keeping it around. Like I said, I used it the 15 times, but like, it's also gonna go to Jill, so she'll enjoy both of those. Same goes for my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 110 Porcelain. Just looks like this. You can see I do have quite a divot going, but it's nowhere near like hitting pan. It's just a giant dip. I honestly, like, I've had this for years. I used to use it all the time, and then I stopped reaching for it because I didn't really use pressed powder, but now I'm starting to use pressed powder, but this is not the pressed powder I reach for. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush, whatever, pressed powder in the shade Fair, and I don't know, I just like the way that that one lays a little bit better. This is not a bad powder by any means, but Jill wants it, so Jill can have it because I have another powder that I'll use if I'm gonna reach for powder. So that's that. As far as, oh, so like I mentioned, I did get rid of one thing. It was my highlighter. It was the ColourPop, what are they called, the like kind of mushy ones, Super Shock. ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. I was about to say eyeshadow. ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. Oh my goodness. And the shade Stole the Show. Or maybe that was Lunch Money. I was using Lunch Money because I already got rid of Stole the Show. Also got rid of Lunch Money. That one's gone. I still have all this stuff because I haven't, like, I wanted to make sure that I got through this portion of my, like, project pan before I decluttered anything and started to send it back to California. But that just, it wasn't even worth it for me bringing it out of the box, so I just didn't use it. But honestly, I enjoyed just kind of going through and using my other highlighters, so it worked out well in the end. But this was the blush that I was using. It is the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out blush in the shade Petal Poppin'. So it's just this pretty bright pink. I have it on today. I used a pretty light hand, so I don't even know if you can tell on camera. I do just really love this formula. I have 3 of these blushes. This one was my least used of them, so I'm glad that I, like, made myself use it 15 times because I did really enjoy it, and so hopefully I can continue to use it in my rotation going forward. But yeah, I'm really happy that I put that in because I really enjoyed it. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, the original one before they had like light and medium and dark and whatnot, and this is just the original. I did use it 15 times. No, you cannot tell. It still smells good, so I'm going to keep it. I do like the bronzer. So I think I'm going to keep it. Well, I might give this one away. I think I'm going to keep it. We'll see. But I used it. I got through it. It didn't like wow me, but it also didn't disappoint me. I do enjoy this bronzer. So there's that. This is the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in the shade Birthday Babe. You can tell kind of, I did just use it, but it's about here-ish. I don't think all that progress was from these last 15 uses. Maybe it was, I have no idea, because again, I didn't check anything beforehand. So there's that. But I definitely made some progress on this, and honestly, I'm glad that I kept it. If you saw my initial video, I was kind of wondering if this was like going bad or expiring or whatnot, but I don't think it is, honestly. It feels fine, it smells fine, like I haven't had any weird reactions to it. Since I've been using it, obviously it has been like separating, so there's that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to this because I do enjoy it. So there's that. And then lastly, I threw in the Pure X Raw Beauty Christie double-sided pressed pigment palette. So this is the one where it has the side of neutrals as well as the side of colorful colors. So I said I wanted to use this 15 times. I did not have any particular shade that I was working on. I did not have like, I have to use, you know, colors X, Y, and Z, or like only one half of it 15 times. I just needed to reach into this palette 15 times for literally any reason. Which I did, and as beautiful as it is, and as badly as I want to keep it solely for this colorful side, because I don't wear colorful eyeshadows, but I like having them as an option in the event that I do want to wear a colorful eyeshadow. So that's honestly what's been like keeping me back, because you know, it's a pressed pigment, so like it's not like a regular pressed eyeshadow, like it's a pigment. So sometimes they're kind of hard to work with. They get a little patchy if you don't like blend them out correctly, or, you know, using the right technique or whatever. And these just aren't colors that I'm like super drawn to necessarily, which is funny because it's just neutrals, which is what I wear anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't like, I kind of got to the point where I was like, damn, like I have to reach into that. Like, I don't really want to. But I also don't think I want to get rid of the palette. But I also don't think I'll miss it if I do get rid of it. I don't really know. I'm kind of going back and forth on it because honestly, like, I have plenty of eyeshadow palettes. Like, if I really need a color like any of these, I have it somewhere. So like, I'm not too concerned. Really, like I said, the only reason that I would keep this would be because of the colorful side, which I want to, but also like, when am I ever really going to use colorful eyeshadows? At least like this sort of colorful. I'll use like muted eyeshadows a lot, like more like grungy tones, but I don't, you know, I don't know. We'll sit on this for a little bit, think about it, but I kind of don't foresee it staying in my collection for too long. Again, I'm glad that I was able to get those 15 uses out of it, because that made me realize, like, Megan, you don't love this palette. So there's that. So that is everything from last month. Now we're gonna go into the things that I'm going to be focusing on this time around. Again, 15 uses is all I'm going for. I just want to make sure that I'm using my products and kind of rolling through them and whatnot. So let's slide these bad boys on over. As far as primers go, I'm gonna go ahead and use my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. It was stupid of me to not use this last time through, because I live in Kansas and it's hot. And so I often found that I felt like my makeup was sweating off my face. It never was, but like that feeling where you're just like, ugh. So I'm gonna make sure that I use this time around. Plus my other option is an oil. And like I'm not using a face oil in the middle of Kansas in the middle of summer. Absolutely not. So 15 uses on this bad boy, which honestly is probably gonna be the one that I use next time too. So like 30 uses, but whoa, I'll cross the bridge when we get there. This is about where we are, which I don't know if you can really tell, but it drops about here. That's where my big air bubble is. So we'll use that. As far as like foundation goes, I'm not using an actual foundation this time. I just want to use my Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. This is something that I really do enjoy. So also, if you haven't noticed, this is kind of just like a shot my stash, like a little bit, outing myself right now, I know. Oh, I just shook this. I was totally gonna show you guys progress, or like where I am, and I just shook it. We'll come back to this. Shade G11, that's cool. Put that bad boy right there. As far as like concealer goes, I think I'm just gonna let myself reach for whatever I want to reach for. There's nothing that I'm really gonna, you know, pin myself to. But for my under eye like setting powder, I have had this contour kit, the Anastasia contour kit in light to medium forever. And I always forget. I have a cough, I'm kind of sick. Anyway, I always forget about these two pressed powders right here, which when I mix them together, they make like my perfect under eye setting powder. So hello, might as well just do that. So this is what I'm using for my under eye setting powder. It's just going to be a mix of these two, again, 15 times between the two of them, or together, or singular, or whatever. Basically just any day that I do my makeup and I reach into either one of these, it's going to count as one use. But since we're also in this palette right now, again, same thing goes for these bronzers slash contour shades. Those are going to be my focus bronzers, contours, whatever. Because I do really enjoy this palette, but I always like forget to reach into it. And so I'm going to reach into it. This is my focus for my under eye setting powder as well as my bronzers. I did think about using this for my highlight as well because I do, oops, like this highlight shade right here. But with the eyeshadow palette I wanted to use, I picked a different one. So that's that. Again, 15 uses, any combination. I do also want to pull in a cream contour wand though. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull in the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand in the shade Fair Medium. I really enjoy this. I've found recently though, and I've had to buy a specific brush to test this, I like this better applied with a brush than like, you know, I'll go over it with my sponge, but like my first application, I like it better with a brush. So I bought a brush that I'm going to use for this, and I'm very excited about that. So there we go, 15 uses. As for blush, I'm going to go ahead and reach back into my Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. I really enjoy this. This is just what it looks like. I really enjoy this shade and like just this product, but just it's gotten buried under all my other stuff. So this is my opportunity to pull this bad boy out, give it some uses, see how we're feeling about it, and call it a day. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and jump forward to lip products just because I'm trying to have this set up right, so that way we can kind of track progress-ish. But this is my Buxom full pump lip cream, full on lip cream in the shade Peach Daiquiri. I'm about here right now. I'm really not gonna mark it, but like, we'll know if there's been progress made. I'm at about the B for distributed by Bare Essentials Beauty. Bare Essentials Beauty, interesting, Buxom. Anyway, but yeah, Peach Daiquiri, a nice little warm toned plumping lip gloss. I'm excited for it. I thoroughly enjoy these, so we're gonna go ahead and use that. For my highlight, I decided to reach into my Marc Jacobs Worth the Wait highlighter. I really do love this highlight, but I never wear it. Like, I just don't. Which is why I'm using it now. 15 uses. Oh my god. Which I think it's a great color. So I'm excited to like actually make myself use it, because otherwise it's just gonna sit in my drawer and be like, special occasion makeup. Like, no, just use your makeup. So that's that. As for a single eyeshadow, I do have MAC Nylon, which has seen better days. We got a big pan going in there right now. But yeah, so I actually did put this on a little bit in my inner corner and on my brow bone. My lighting right now is not the best, but it's because my fireplace looks pretty nasty, so normally I'd be like more angled. We're just rolling with it. So yeah, that's that. I'm excited to use it because honestly, I just really don't reach into my singles enough, and so here's an opportunity to reach into my singles. Let's use this bad boy 15 times. And then lastly, for my palette, I'm going to go ahead and pull my Natasha Denona Gold palette. So again, this is why I did not want to use a cool toned highlight, because these are very warm tone neutral shades. Just like before, any 15 colors, or sorry, any colors 15 times, as long as I reach into the palette, it'll count. So that will be that, and I'm excited to actually get some use on this. When I was going through to my declutter, I opened it because I thought about, I was like, do I declutter this? And I looked and I was like, absolutely not, Megan. Do not declutter that. You love that palette. So here I am using the palette that I so very much love. So that is everything. I'm wondering if we can maybe see a line. No? Okay. Well, anyway. I want to say that I'm about here in this. I do use it quite often. But yeah, those are my products that I'm using. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if we count this as 1. 10 if we count this as 2. So again, right about where I want to be in terms of what I want to have in this little Shop My Stash rolling project pan sort of a thing. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. As previously mentioned, if I do happen to get through like the 15 uses before the next update, I'm going to go ahead and roll in my next set and then just let you guys know how everything went, what I'm feeling about these products, if I'm deciding to keep them, if I'm deciding to declutter them, all that fun stuff. Because again, this kind of is just me like refamiliarizing myself with a lot of my collection. And if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate you give a thumbs up down below and left a comment if you felt inclined to do so. If you want to see more of me in the future, I'm not sure I do, but hey, I'm not going to judge you. Go ahead and subscribe down below as well. And with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are. Wow, clearly I am just out of it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.